Good evening, dear friends. My name is Yuri Besarab, and we continue our, let's say, language studies. And I would like from the very beginning to offer you one technique which is very important when we study foreign languages, when we learn foreign languages. And I don't want you, in fact, I want you to continue. I want you to achieve those masterpieces that are available in different languages. And for that, we need to split the learning process into certain, let's say, stages. For example, on the first stage, we should focus and require from us correctness only when we make movements which lead us to sounds, and in general it will be called pronunciation. But first of all, we start with movements. So all our requirements should be on this level. We should not go further down. For example, on the second stage, when we know well movements and we make very good sounds, we could move already to word movements. When we connect sounds in or movements, first of all, movements in a word. So that is the second level. The third level, when we will work with you on passage techniques. I will show you what it means behind all of these things. Stage 4, when we start slowly understanding the text we are reading. So that is simultaneous reading and understanding. First of all, it happens slowly. The stage will come, it happens slowly, and then it will be quicker and quicker, and in the end you will be on a very good level of reading and understanding, simultaneous understanding. And the fifth level, that is practical execution or practical application of knowledge of the language, when we speak, when we read, sing, etc. So it's very important not to demand on the initial stages, for example, simultaneous reading and understanding. It's impossible. So that's why please remember about this. And also, when we learn many foreign languages, and that's exactly what we are going to do with you, our languages, the different languages will be on different stages. Especially if you have like 10 or 20 languages you are working on, you are learning, you are practicing. So they all will be on different levels, and we need to understand it. And from the language which is on this level, we should not demand from the other language to have practical execution on a very good level. So let's do with this. Now, I would like to repeat and to give more details about this picture which I showed to you yesterday. So you see here we have, I didn't draw a ton. That's why I will use my my little sock, and it will help me to represent like a ton in the mouth. So first of all, we need to understand such a thing, which Kurinsky, let's say, found or discovered, like focusing. And I already mentioned the focusing in 3 different languages, and also the position of the tongue. These 2 things are very important to study the language. In fact, without this, we cannot achieve the timbre, the sounding of us in that foreign language. And also we cannot achieve correct feelings in our souls. So let's start with English. Of course you speak English since you watch this program, but we'll start with this. In English, the position of the tongue is on like this, a little bit turned up. The tip of the tongue is a little bit turned up, and all the vectors of movements of the speech apparatus are directed into this point between the nose, just under the nose. So, and also Kurinsky suggested to use such a thing as decoy, or bird's call, or decoy. That is a little like a whistle to attract the birds. So he suggested to use several of them. It's like a little phrase or a couple of words to to tune ourselves, that help us to tune ourselves into one or the other language. So for English, he suggested, let's look at this. From this position, he suggested to use a decoy a phrase very known to you, to be or not to be. To be or not to be. Okay? So then we want to say something in French. And we will use it very often. We will switch very often from language to language. And so the position of our tongue in French language is like this. Also, it's in Ukrainian like this, approximately the same. That's why for Ukrainians to speak French is easy. And so the position of the tongue in French like this. The focusing in French will be here, somewhere like on this, at this place. So with this tongue, we say a phrase, mon cher ami, mon cher ami. It will pull up a little bit even the tongue. So the whole acoustics will change, just because we change the decoy, and we change most important that we change the focusing. For German language, we turn down, you see the tongue is even turned more like this. And the focusing for German will be here in the throat, let's say, at the back there, on the other side of the throat. Yes, here. And so the tongue is like this, and we imagine that we send all the vectors of all our movements of the speech apparatus of the tongue. First of all, we direct in that to that place, and we use decoy Dresden, 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 Dresden. So you see, with these very important things, without them it's just impossible to sound well in a foreign language. And we will okay, let me since you speak English, we need to give you some more opportunities, some opportunities to learn foreign languages. I will give you the focusing for Italian. It will be approximately at this place. So we send from the focusing for Italian will be here, and the position of the tongue will be not like in English, but a little bit like this. It will be the position of a boat, correct boat. And the decoy for Italian will be con amore, con amore, con amore. So these focusings and position of the tongue will always help you to find, to make correct movements. But also we need to learn movements in more detail, which we will definitely do with you. So, and one more language, one more focusing, that is Spanish. In Spanish, the focusing will be frontal, here on the upper teeth. The position of the tongue is exactly like in, almost exactly like in Italian, in the boat. And we will say, I found a decoy, or at least I use a decoy, which is no pasarán, no pasarán, no pasarán. And later on, so you already have 5 or 6 languages to start with. And you know that it's much better to learn many foreign languages simultaneously at once. And we will go into details as to pronunciation, or it's better to say which movements to make for those sounds, to have very good quality sounds in different foreign languages. If you like this video, please share it, put like. You can also send your questions. You're welcome to do it. And until the next video, bye bye.